Howdy everyone, my name is Jake Schofield and I'm in Dr. Sawick's class, so I guess I'll just get right into it. So I have 5 values, and my first value would have to be religion. Um, in my life, it started out as not something very important to me. I was in Catholic school since a very young age, and I hated it. I even despised it. I started fights all the time. Just general behavior issues. Teachers didn't want any part of me. In college, it became different. I can't tell you when or where my views on going to church changed, but in college, I really try to go to church every Sunday, and everything I do, I try to do for the glory of God in the Catholic Church. Um, I try to practice it in everyday life, just general being nice to people, doing the golden rule, doing unto others that you would want to do to yourself. I try to teach people about my religion if they have questions, or in arguments such as like political arguments. I'll try to show the Catholic point of view in whatever we're discussing. Um, Besides that, even though I haven't gone in a couple months, I try to go to confession as often as I can, and that's probably the biggest part of my faith, is going to confession. And if you don't know what that is, it's you sit in a box with a priest and you tell him your sins, and it takes a big weight off your shoulders. My next value would have to be family. There's a verse in the Quran actually where he lays out the parts of your life in order of importance, and the first one is God, then self, then family, and then other people. I try to focus on family as much as possible, and through that I think I make myself stronger. And even though I have a very diverse and spread out family, I have my dad's family from Pittsburgh and my mom's family from Florida. I don't see a lot of them. I have some family on the West Coast, some family in Charleston, South Carolina. And what I try to do is, when I do see them, I try to make the most out of that time. And some of the tools I use to keep in touch with them is Facebook especially. Even though I'm not big into the social media and all that stuff, I'm really glad it's there, because without it, I don't think I'd be able to be as close to my family as I would have liked, because of the geographic separation. Now that I've moved to Florida, I see a lot more of my family than I used to, and that makes me really happy, because I'm able to take trips and really, instead of just seeing them on special occasions, I get to, the other day I was helping my grandpa move into a new house. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was still living in Virginia. And it's really great to have family close by and to be able to spend time with them. My third value would be conservation or environmentalism. When I was a kid growing up in Tampa, I used to play in the mangroves that were literally 100 yards behind my house. There was the mangroves and then the beach, and it was like a magical, enchanted forest for me. Then I left after a couple years of elementary school, went to Virginia, and when I came back from Virginia for college, I went and visited my old neighborhood, and all the mangroves are cut down. They're completely destroyed, and there's huge houses put up where they used to be. And that made me really sad, and to be honest, pissed off at the same time. I'm a big advocate for the advancement of human civilization, all that good stuff. But it really can't be at the expense of wildlife. God made us stewards of the earth, and I really take that saying to heart. And My career path is that which I would like to eventually go to law school and practice environmental law and hopefully be a lobbyist to the national government or to the state government. Probably, I take that back. I would probably like to just stay in Florida because Florida has a big place in my heart, especially the environment of it. I think it's appalling how we literally completely ignore the duty that we do. You know, there's the tree hugging people that are out there trying to, help us gain awareness and whatnot. You have people that recycling doesn't do anything. Tree hugging really doesn't do anything either. What we need is like a total revamp of our society. We need to live a minimalistic lifestyle, and I could go on and on about what we need to do, but at the bottom of the line is we need to live in harmony with nature, and I think the way to do that is through government action, um, starting with the states. And if I can do that with my career path, then I think I will have a fulfilled life, in other words. I don't really have the answer to fixing our environmental problem, but I'm determined to find it. And it could be technological advancement and innovation, or it could just simply be the government strong arming its people to change their lives for the better. My fourth value would have to be leadership. Fits pretty well with this class, I guess. My life has always been about getting me prepared to be a leader. In high school and before high school, I was a Boy Scout. That bred me to be really leadership was a big focus of it. Besides, the outdoor survival stuff and whatnot, leadership was the main focus of it. And in NJROTC in high school, I also did a lot of leadership training, participating on the rifle team, all that stuff. For a while, I wanted to go into the military right out of high school, or at least go to a military institution. And I was accepted into the Naval Academy and the Citadel. And a lot of the times I kick myself because I feel like those are the paths that leaders take. You hear about presidents and congressmen. They go to the Naval Academy. They go to the Citadel. That's where leaders go. But I don't think it was a mistake at the end of the day. I'm thankful for this class especially because I feel like it gives people back their individuality. In college, I've experienced a lot of people say college is where you go to find yourself, but it's totally not. I mean, it's all the cliques and whatnot. My fraternity involvement has definitely given me leadership skills as well. However, at the same time, I can see how fraternity takes away individualism. Besides that, the liberal bias on campus, it tries to make everyone think the same, and I think it's ridiculous, really. But this class and leadership is really how what brings out a true character in people, because the people with personality, the people with character, those are the people that are going to be good leaders. And leadership is personable, and the people that are following usually are probably behind in the character department, and it's up to the leader to relate to these people on a personable level. And that's why I'm thankful for this class, because especially for stuff like this, it's a lot of introspective work, finding out about yourself so you can help others. And I think that's great. And when we started this class, the professor asked us to give our own definitions, and on the first day I said simply, leadership is knowing how to follow, and I guess implementing that. I didn't write that down, but implementing that. However, I changed the definition over time after he asked us a few other times. Although I'm not anywhere close to being a leader right now, and I don't think I will be for a while, I'm definitely taking the steps to be there. and going along with what I believe a good leader is, someone who knows how to follow, I'm definitely in the right path for that, because I'm currently in the process of enlisting in the Coast Guard Reserve, and they have, as I said before, I want to go into law. The Coast Guard has a pre-law like program sort of thing where I can become a paralegal in a short amount of time, and that'll help me get into law school. But before that, I have to go to boot camp. I have to do my time essentially. Uh, it's going to be a great experience, and I know that when I come out of it, I'm not going to be a leader by no means, but it'll definitely teach me how to follow. And I don't think college really does that. College really says, be yourself, do whatever you want to do, when in fact it makes you follow, but unknowingly. That's my opinion. I don't expect to be a leader anytime soon, like I said, but I know I'll get there, and hopefully I'm on the right path. My fifth of value is taken from a worksheet that we did in Friday's class, and I brought it up in our group discussion, and no one else really agreed with me, I guess. But my fifth value is financial gain. The bottom is I like fast cars. I like the finer things in life, and I really do enjoy that stuff. But at the same time, money makes you recognized. It for my family especially, I think it'll bring great pride. A lot of my family isn't that well off. My parents were in the government, never made that much money in the grand scheme of things. But I really think that money is definitely the way to prove my success, and to prove the worth of my family's efforts. And money definitely crisscrosses into all my other values, and it'll help them make it easier to achieve certain goals, make it easier for me to achieve these goals, definitely. There's also the philanthropic value of money. If you have a lot of money, you can give back to society, and that's what I really want to do, especially with the environment, and just, I don't need much in life. I want a really nice sports car, definitely, but I don't need a big house. And if I'm making a lot of money as a lawyer or a lobbyist, I can do some good with that money. At least I hope that future me will be able to realize the philanthropic value in my earnings. This is definitely a very recent value for me, especially because I'm completely broke right now. I mean, as a lot of other college kids are. Don't even know if I'll be able to make my next credit card payment, stuff like that, all the time. Don't know if I'll be able to treat my girlfriend right. I don't know if I'll be able to treat my car right. The important things in life, right? Having financial gain as a value, I think, will really force me to be more financially responsible, and at least I hope. We'll see. And like I said, it's a very recent value, so I'm still getting the hang of knowing how to work my bank account, stuff like that, take control of my finances, and be frugal. Maybe financial gain is the most important. Like I said before, crisscrosses into everything else. It makes things easier. If I have more money, I can see more of my family. If I have more money, I can how do you say it? Do more for the glory of God. I can give money to the poor. And, I'm always bummed out in church when I can't give any money in the collection basket because I don't have any cash on me. Yeah, it's in terms of leadership, financial gain. I can't really see the connection there, but I definitely think that. Well, and I guess in terms of leadership, it would be a reward. Good leaders should be rewarded, most definitely. And I think that if I do all my values right, and I stick to my financial frugality, and eventually I'll become a leader, I hope, and people will see the value in my actions and reward me, hopefully with cash, so I can go get a brand new Porsche. All right, so those are my 5 values. I've really enjoyed doing this exercise and all the other introspective stuff that we've done in this class, and I can't wait to discuss some of the other issues that we've brought up this past week. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Goodbye.